Well, well, well. Look who's finally chosen to step into the shadows, Eacham. Come on and don't be shy. This gathering is for us those who know what it's like to be tossed aside, labeled as garbage. Yes, you heard me right. Garbage, dispensable, unseen. Left for the world to walk on without a second thought. But here's the twist: once the fire touches ash, it ignites. It blazes, it spreads, and suddenly those who thought they could write you off are left breathless, choked by the flames they never saw coming. How does it feel to be discarded? Mocked, overlooked like you're nothing but dust. That pain, that deep, relentless sting, it doesn't fade. It carves itself into you, leaves a scar no one else can see, but you feel it every day. There's a rare kind of beauty in being pushed aside, and in being made invisible. It strips away every illusion, forces you to see life bare and cold, ruthless and stark. And it prepares you to rise from those very ashes. Here's the part they forget: people love to think they're all-powerful, as if their judgment is law, as if they have the final say on who you are or what you're worth. They tell you what you can and cannot be. But there's something they overlook, something they'll never understand. Because while they parade around, blinded by their own arrogance, we, the silent, the unseen, are observing, waiting, building strength in the shadows. And while they sit on their self-made thrones, we're preparing for the reckoning. Yes, you are the reckoning. They looked at you and saw weakness, saw insignificance. But soon enough, they're going to see terror. Picture the shock on their faces when the person they dismissed starts to rise. Slowly at first. Yes, but then with a force they can't contain. The moment they see the fire in your eyes, the relentless drive they missed, it'll haunt them. They'll be left wide awake at night, trembling at the idea that someone they deemed harmless has become their worst nightmare. Here's the irony, the poetic justice: every sneer, every insult, every time they treated you like less, it all added fuel to the fire. They thought they were burying you, but they were forging you, shaping you into this unstoppable force. And now, here you stand, ready to show them a strength they thought only existed in fiction. Oh, they'll regret it. They'll think back on every slight, every moment they dismissed you, and they'll feel a chill down their spine, because now you're someone they can't ignore. Now you're in control. People think they understand power. They think it's loud, commanding, something that demands attention. But real power is born in the dark, in isolation, away from the applause. It's built from grit, from enduring the ridicule, the rejection, and through it all, you've crafted yourself into something they'll never be able to break. You see, being treated like you're nothing, being tossed aside like trash, it does something to you. It forces you to look deep within, to find a primal strength most people will never even touch. And once you find it, there's no going back. You don't just survive. You ascend. Rise then, not for their approval, but to show that they can't control the fire they set ablaze. You're here, forged by scorn, unbreakable, and ready to turn their world inside out. And here's the truth: they'll never admit they need people like you. The ones they call worthless, the ones they dismiss without a second glance. Because deep down, they know their fragile little world only survives as long as no one questions it. As long as no one they consider beneath them rises to prove them wrong. And that's where they made their biggest mistake. Because now they've woken something in you, a relentless, raw force that doesn't bend, doesn't break, doesn't answer to them anymore. It's almost amusing, isn't it? They thought they were building themselves up by pushing you down. They thought they could make themselves taller by standing on your back. But now, the roles have flipped. Every ounce of strength you forged in silence, every lesson you learned in the shadows, has become a weapon they'll never understand. They can't fight what they don't know, can't prepare for a force they can't comprehend. And that's the beauty of it. You don't need their approval, their validation, their recognition. You don't need a single thing from them, because they've already given you the one thing that matters, the reason to rise. They crafted the very warrior standing before them. Yet they have no idea what they've unleashed. The irony? They'll spend the rest of their lives haunted by that oversight, by the moments they missed their chance to treat you with respect. Now watch them scramble. Watch them try to piece together who you are, where this strength came from. They'll never know the quiet battles you fought, the scars that became your armor, the times you stood up when no one was watching. This strength is yours alone. A relentless force that won't be silenced. You're no longer just surviving in their world, you're rewriting the rules, shifting the balance, taking control. They may have tried to write you off, but now they'll be forced to face the reality they never saw coming. You're unbreakable, undeniable, unstoppable. And when they finally understand the depths of what they've awakened in you, it will be too late. Their world will never be the same. And you'll be rising without a backward glance, carrying the strength of every scar, every battle, every quiet victory. You are the reckoning. You are the force they'll never forget.